5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve. This is Live with Neve. Iconic musicians, comedy, and God knows what else. Hold on!
All right. How's everybody doing today? You're on Live with Neve, high in Highlands, New Jersey. I would say overlooking the beautiful Atlantic Ocean and beautiful Manhattan. However, today it's just pretty gray out there. We hope you're all ready for some good music. I know this. We had a show this afternoon which was dealing with the medical marijuana issue, which is very important to a lot of people. Excuse me. It's not our usual kind of show. We're usually all about rock and roll and having fun and having a good time and cranking it up. And today we can't think of anybody better than the amazing Ace Arlo. Ace is someone that I just crossed paths with on the internet. And it was pretty cool because, you know, I go through a lot of things on the internet, looking at a lot of bands in a lot of places. And this was around Christmas time, and I see this cowboy standing in front of an 8-foot Sinsemilla plant, and he's sitting there playing his guitar, and he had just a great song about it. It's a little late for Christmas, so I don't think we'll ask him to play anymore. However, it's like I say, it's rainy and cold here in New York. I don't know where you're watching from. Hey, John. Wow, that's spooky looking. Looks like my ex-girlfriend. I don't know.
It was actually me last night. Yeah, that's me without makeup.
No,
you can't tell. You can't see the resemblance.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I think we need John Spear, who's here on the show. We happen to have him standing by, so he might have to do a cleansing for us before the show's over. Getting back to Ace, do you remember when we had him on prior? He's just a funny guy. He's a maniac. In fact, I found my long-lost brother, and I didn't know it. Talking to him after we had him on last time, I just love the hell out of him. He's really funny, and he's an amazingly talented guy. I didn't know a lot more about you now, Ace. I've had my Somali guys lurking around your bushes, keeping an eye on you. They're just keeping you safe. We had to get you on the show. You wouldn't even know they're there, but don't worry, we're looking out for you. So how is it out there, man? What are you doing? Are you in Oregon or California? I'm sorry.
On the coast of Oregon, southern coast of Oregon.
Yes, baby. That's where to be, man.
And the temperature has dropped dramatically the last couple of days. It is almost freezing, and it's very cold. And something happened yesterday with I crawled under the house because we have a chipmunk or something under there. Got under there and is chewing on the wood. So I heard him chewing. So I crawl under there. And I shine the flashlight, and I noticed there's a big bulge in the insulation, the plastic under the insulation, and there's water dripping from it.
Oh shit!
Oh God, dude!
So now we have a chipmunk and a water leak. So I crawled under there and cut it with a razor blade and let about 15 gallons of water drain out into buckets and had to haul it out of there. And I cut it all open. Well, I fixed the water pipe the first time, and I used the wrong glue. The second time I cracked the pipe because it was brittle, and I put it all back together and didn't realize the crack was there until after I got it all put back together. So then I went to the store, ran out of parts, got some more parts, and put it back a third time. Thought I had it licked, and went in and took a nice hot shower, and that was okay. Then when I put my stuff in the washing machine to clean up my clothes, the pipe popped off, and it must have been because of the temperature.
Oh,
and
man.
No.
So now, as soon as we're done with the interview today, I have to crawl back under the house, and it's dirty. There's spider webs.
I think we'll send some of the Somalis down to help you. Don't worry. They're a little scary if they chew too much cot, but other than that, they're kind of cool. You can throw them some, just they cheap. That sounds like a horror show.
It's a dirty job. The good news is I think I saved myself somewhere between $400 and $500 for calling a plumber.
Bonus.
Yes, that's why a plumber gets paid well. And I mean, of all the things, I can do a lot of trades. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I've been a carpenter. And being a plumber, when I've had to do it, it's always been just like it. I've done it, I can do it, but I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like you say, crawling under the house. I lived in Florida, man. Nothing like crawling under your house into the crawl space and then finding like a 6-foot rattlesnake. That's always kind of endearing.
Oh, yeah.
It's the way it goes, welcome to Tampa, you see all kinds of crazy critters. You guys too, before we get into the interview, you have like wildlife in your yard, bear and all that kind of stuff, or?
Well, I used to. We put an 8-foot cedar fence around the property. We got about 1.5 acres, and we put a whole, the whole thing's enclosed now because we did have like a 350-pound bear coming into the yard, and he scared me pretty good.
I bet.
Was it a black bear or just a
black bear?
Oh my god!
It's better than a grizzly.
Yeah.
And not only that, we had the deer coming in the yard, and they'd chew everything down. We'd go to the nursery and buy nice plants and get it going and dig a nice hole and put soil amendments in there and water it and be taking care of it. One day we go out and everything's just chewed down to nothing.
You wouldn't believe it. Here in New York, I can see Manhattan as the crow flies. It's maybe 15, 20 miles at max. I don't even think it's that far as the crow flies. But I will tell you, we've got more wildlife here in my neighborhood. I've got deer come through here every night. Like even when it's cold like it is, I'll leave the window open and I can hear them out there choosing on my neighbor's stuff. But at any rate, let's get you playing some music, man. Had enough home. We're like ready to go on one of those contractor shows.
You can see I've got a blanket over me, and I've got the space heater in between my legs. That's how cold it is. Well, I'm going to start out with a song that I wrote 2 songs right back last year as soon as the coronavirus thing hit. I believe it was March 21st when everything that I had booked got canceled. And I wrote a song. I thought when I first wrote it, the opening line was, "So you're staying home for a week or 2." And I found out it was going to be like a month or 2. So I rewrote it to a month or 2. And now I'm thinking the opening line should be like a year or 2. But anyway, it's called My Love, and something I thought we needed a little bit more of. I need to put that up, or is that? I think we're good.
There.
So you're staying home for a month or 2. You're not alone. I'm right here beside you. When you're unsure what life will bring, you can always count on one thing, my love. It goes on and on and on. I want the world to stand up and sing this song. There will soon come a brighter day. But in the meantime, I'm here to say, my love, it goes on and on and on and on and on. I write the songs that make you want to sing. Those good old days are gone. Now we can't trust anything. This world is changing from day to day. that there's one thing that's here to stay. It's my love. It goes on and on and on. I want the world to stand up and sing this song. There will soon come a brighter day. In the meantime, I'm here to say that my love, it goes on and on and on and on and on. My love, it goes on and on and on. I want the world to stand up and sing this song. There will soon come a brighter day. In the meantime, I'm here to say my love, it goes on and 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 on. There it is.
That was amazing.
Thank you. That's a song I thought needed to be, just my feelings about the coronavirus thing, because things were just getting so political, and even even wearing a mask, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey Neil, you have to unmute yourself. You're muted on your end. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you're right. And that song is like it's what do they call it? Like your rock anthem for COVID. I mean, it was great. It's just killer. I love the melody. I mean, the vocal melody especially was just
Thank
really,
you.
it was beautiful.
Well, I also did a video on that, and there's a pretty nice video on my YouTube page and on my Facebook page. And got some fantastic players. A guy named Jason Roller in Nashville plays guitar and fiddle and mandolin on anything that I need. And he's played for Joe Diffie, who unfortunately died of COVID last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he played for, Kelly Pickler and Winona. And now he plays for Alabama. And so some pretty big groups. And then I'm using Chris Knoll for piano. And he used to play for John Denver before he passed.
Wow.
And so Nashville is just full of great talent.
Sure.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of friends there. And, I tell you, I really enjoy your records now that I've kind of dug into your archive. I'm enjoying everything I hear. And the song you were just playing, I was sitting in my head, like, getting ready to go sit at my kit, because I was just like, I could feel the groove, man. I could have just popped it right out. We'd have had the track in like 2 takes done. I was like listening to it going, oh, this is a sweet little tune, man. Well, let's just sit down and rock it out. That's something that we have to experiment, guys, with seeing if we could sit online sometime before the next time you come, maybe. And we'll see if we can jam together. We'll maybe do a sound check and see if it's possible. I've seen some people doing it, but I think they're using some technology I may not have. And if that's the case, I'm going to find out what we need to have, and we're going to get it. Because you're like right there.
I heard a couple of years ago, I heard there was an application that you could download, and it's like everybody in the whole world is jamming on this site.
Right.
And you can, punch in and you can join a jam session, or you can invent one yourself, start one yourself. And I don't see why there'd be any problem doing it, because I'm watching you speak, and there's no delay at all. When I hear the sound, your
Right.
mouth is moving with the sound. No delay, so no reason
Great.
why it wouldn't work.
You never know, man. I mean, we'll bring out all kinds of party favors. Everybody needs a rattlesnake in their house.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's a training
is
aid for
that?
teenage boys.
yeah,
Get kind of busy with that thing.
yeah.
Mom's finding all kinds of weird shit in the house.
You know
I
that.
had to take it down the gutter, man. I'm sorry. It's like really rainy and gray here. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I've got a big glass of water and I really need a cup of tea. And, let's see what we got over here. We got a few people hanging around.
I want to
Wow.
know if you don't mind, Ace, while you're going through the comments, Neil, Ace, would you give us the grand tour of the beauty that is behind you, of all
Well,
those beautiful instruments you have?
well, yeah. Should I move the camera and
Sure. Give us a grand tour, man.
hopefully I
We can
won't.
dig it.
Hopefully I won't touch the wrong button and so
Ah.
if you come way over here,
Ah.
this is, let's see, this is my G&L bass,
Oh, love those things.
and
Very
there
nice.
that is. It's about.
Next
I think
through.
it's like it's nearly 40 years old now.
Wow.
Sweet.
Right
on
here,
there?
I have Mickey Gilley
All right.
and Johnny Lee. I call it the urban cowboy guitar. The only person I need is what's the actor's name that played in that urban cowboy? John Travolta.
John Travolta.
So I just need his autograph
right,
on there,
yeah.
and then that will be truly the urban cowboy guitar. And there's the headstock. This is one of the original ones. This is one of the original ones because it has this chrome right here.
Okay.
After that, the first year they came out with the chrome, and then they had problems on stage with people blinding. The stage lights would hit the chrome and go back into people's eyeballs.
Hell, really? I've seen like Keith Richards has that mirrored guitar. I think they did that on purpose at the Garden one time. Oh, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
then
guess you're right.
every following year that they made that G&L bass, they put plastic on there instead. But that's Gibson and Les Paul that got together and made the G&L bass.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
This is just a
Stratocaster,
and it's an old, it's got an ugly body. I just got it
beautiful.
I got it at
I noticed you have a humbucker in the bridge position. That's pretty cool. So does it shred like a Les Paul? No.
Ace?
Yeah.
Hey, you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here.
I was asking you about the humbucker on your guitar. What is that thing?
I'm not sure what it's the whole thing. The neck doesn't match the body. The plastic piece didn't belong there. All these pickups that they put in are different. They're all different.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, I don't think anything fits together. They just got a bunch of pieces and put it together. And I paid $100 at a used place, and just picked it up for my studio because I wanted one.
Interesting.
And then this other 5-string bass, it's a cheap 5-string bass that I got at Guitar Center, and but it puts out that subsonic bass note, which I really love.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you have this cello.
I played that in my younger years.
My grandson plays the cello and the upright.
Yeah, I use more like a bass guitar sometimes, and I just have fun with it. Just had to have it. And then this upright bass. This is a student model. It's the smallest bass. I think they call it a quarter bass. It's the smallest upright they have. What's nice about it is I can fit it in the front of my Ultima. Just put it right in the front seat. Put the seat up.
Cool.
Put the seat all the way back and just fit it right in there and take it to a gig like that.
Oh, sweet.
And then
you can dance around and do your wild dancing moves like Michael Jackson.
And then I've got I still have my joint star here.
Oh, right, from Christmas.
Oh my God.
That goes on the top of my Christmas tree for Great Green Christmas video.
Yeah,
Dude,
we'll
that's
have to
awesome.
auction that off, Ace, for your favorite charity.
And this big hooter here.
Look at this thing.
Is there actually
It's
stuff
like
in
the
there?
Cheech and Chong special, man, for
It's
anybody
just-
who's
it's
grown
just-
up in our age.
Just lawn
Is that
clippings.
really full, or is it it's a placebo?
I use lawn clippings.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Excellent.
So
They're
then
great,
I
man.
got a fiddle. Now the fiddle is the most difficult instrument I've ever tried to play.
I bet.
It's really tough, and so I've been dinking around with it for years, and you know, I still can't play in front of anybody. They can't stand to listen to it. But then the mandolin, it's a pretty
nice.
affordable mandolin. It's a little Ibanez. Again, I got this at Guitar Center, and you know, it was only a couple $100, and it's well worth it. And then the last thing over here is this another little fake Stratocaster. They call it a Stag, and I just picked that up for $25 at a garage sale. It's a pretty little thing.
Hell, man, I've got a couple
Then
of those.
Then this is my digital audio workstation over here.
Okay.
Big screen TV that I use.
Okay.
To
that's nice to spread out all the faders.
It is, and I'm using a couple of Alesis monitors, and then I've got a bunch of stuff hanging on the wall here. A couple more Taylors and a resonator.
I have to ask you, do you have a wife?
I do. I have a wife that I've been married and divorced to twice. We've been together 40 years. I never did move out.
Well, you've done better than I have, but I was going to say, if you've married a woman who'll let you have all those guitars in your house, I have to say my girlfriend's great. She doesn't care, but you know, sometimes I've been known to like add one to the stack, and then 6 months later she's like, honey, I've never seen that one. Oh, it was just in the case upstairs.
Yeah, well, this is the outside of my studio here.
Wow.
It's like a little cabin.
It's
beautiful. Oh, I love it, man. Beautiful.
And then
for everybody
looking,
we're from
here.
Oregon.
Nothing but trees. That's what Oregon is known for.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
And
wow.
then,
all right. Here we are touring Ace Arlo's
here with raised flower beds. It's cold and rainy right now. It really is.
Oh yeah, it is here too. In New York, it's awful.
I got a cute little fire hydrant at a garage sale.
Oh, you know what's funny? As you mentioned that, today I was looking through the classifieds, and what do I see but a toilet from a jail cell? It's like got the toilet and the sink on top.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the hell wants to buy one of those, much less use one?
Right.
I mean, I don't even want that in a man cave. It just seems like, why would anybody ever want that thing in their house? Fond memories of jail? But what do I know? Call me silly.
Yeah. Well,
so hell,
here?
I don't know, man. Uh-oh, we see you.
There it is. Okay, there it is. Got it back.
We had a very nice screen grab of just your nose. Yeah. We're going to take that, and I'm going to put on my green screen mask, and I'm going to put your face on my head. Next time I go on, all you'll see is me from here and then you from down there. We're experiencing, you know, we're a really big high-tech company here. We're like going to put Lucasfilms out of business. Fuck Skywalker Ranch, man. We're just going to, you know, tie-dye this thing green and then experiment with the green screen effects.
Speaking of which,
use a lot of green screen in my videos.
I know, and I was gonna say it for everybody who hasn't seen him. You know, we're sitting here informal. We got him. You know, we're just hanging. He's giving us a nice house tour. This is just like a couple of musicians hanging, smoking weed, and that's kind of a fun thing for those who've never experienced that joy. And you know, so tell me, you got some more music you want to play?
I'd love to. You talk about doing time. You know, talk about.
Using that
the jail back earlier last year, you know, right about the time when John Prine passed away from COVID too.
Yeah, that was sad.
You know, we lost him, and so I thought, I should write a song. That was my first COVID-19 song. I should write a song about the virus and put John Prine in it to honor him.
Right.
And so I wrote a song called, of all things, "Doing Time."
Well, perfect. You know what? That's some kind of it's a John Spear thing. I think we're getting synchronicity here that we just, it's some kind of weird cosmic vibe. Maybe the poltergeists are getting a little more mellow. They're usually just throwing shot glasses around.
Well, why don't we go to a break really quick? Pay some bills. We'll be right back, and we get on Ace.
Roll them out.
We'll be right back.
Follow, subscribe, like us anywhere you find webcasts and on all of our social media to get bonus material.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve, Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
All right, everybody. We are here with Ace Arlo, Julie Bruno, and myself, and we're going to have some more fun. It's a rainy day. It's raining out there where he is. Is it true that you have rain like a tremendous amount of the year? Is it as bad as like Seattle and places like that?
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I think we get somewhere like 60 inches, 64 inches of rain per year on an average year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And we recently just got over a drought, just like California is going through an 8-year drought right now.
Right.
And so we had a drought there, but yeah, we're on the coast, and it's the southern coast, and a lot of wind and rain here.
Well, we hope to come out there sometime and broadcast from out there. So you never know. We're going to be on the roads a bit this year, more as finances permit. But for everybody, I'll be broadcasting from down in Nashville in April. So we'll have some fun. And if you're ever down there, let us know. You can be our eye on the Nashville scene when you're in town.
I'm in Tampa. Neil's in Highlands, in Highlands, New Jersey. So hey, we're all over the map. So
it's funny. Last night we had a guy from Australia, and of course for this, our technology worked perfect. There wasn't a glimmer of any bugs or gremlins, and it blew me away because I was terrified. I mean, this guy and I were talking at 3 a.m. for me to get him on, and I said, "Well, what time is it?" He goes, "It's 3 a.m. his time," and it was like
because he's in the East Coast. Too.
Yeah, and I was like,
it's the next day.
It's the next day, right?
Yeah, 24
and
hours.
I was at like roughly 3 o'clock myself, I think. So I was all, Google-eyed, but I woke up and I saw him. He finally responded, and it was like off to the races. But hey, man, we're having the same luck with you. Ace, it's great to have you back on, man. We really, I enjoy your stuff, and I mean, your songs are good enough just with you singing them, which is always my hallmark of a great song. Is if you can just sit down and knock it out with one person, it sounds good. Like I was listening to it, and I immediately started kicking into a nice little groove, thinking of the bass, and I was like grooving along, going, "Wow, this is a really nice tune." And just for everybody, how long have you been playing again? If I remember,
since my dad gave me my first guitar when I was 11 years old.
There you go.
And I started writing songs immediately. So I mean, about 5 years ago, I think I finally started to get. For some reason, I can't really explain how it happened, but I started to come into my own as a writer. I always had a little bit of a knack for writing, but lyrically, I always had to challenge, I struggled for lyrics, and there was always a few lines in my songs that were just written because it rhymed. It didn't make any sense.
Sure. And it's like a craft. You must have hit your 10,000 hours, or whatever I don't know.
Yeah, it came together finally about 5 years ago. And since then, I've been writing some of the best material I've ever written.
Excellent. Well, I certainly agree. When I stumbled on some of your videos the other night, I had a good laugh. And, I always like to keep in touch because you're doing good stuff out there, man. I really enjoy it. So do a lot of the fans. So, hell, man, let's let you play, and I'll stop talking for a while.
Sure. Let me play this John Prine COVID-19 song.
All right.
One that I wrote last year. It's called "Doing Time." Who would have ever thought that they closed down the world? I can't even kiss my parents or my girl. and my friends won't come to visit me at all. All I get's a howdy doody and a phone call. It's like doing time. I can't even leave the house, and I wonder when or how I'll make a living. Just like John Prine, I keep writing down these songs, hoping you will sing along and just keep giving all the good love that you always do. I'm just so glad I'm doing time with you. So I pray there'll come a day when we'll look back. We'll say, wow, I wonder how we got through that. When it's safe to give a handshake and make love, and be near without the fear of catching bugs. It's like doing time. I can't even leave the house, and I wonder when or how we'll make a living. It's like John Prine, hoping you will come along and just keep giving all the good love that you always do. I'm just so glad I'm doing time with you. Soon we'll be free again to be all we can be, and then take a weekend and wander around with my friends while we're painting the town. Like doing time. I can't even leave the house, and I wonder when or how we'll make a living. It's like John Prine. I keep writing down these songs, hoping you will sing along and just keep giving all the good love that you always do. You're the same girl I always knew. So glad I'm doing time with you. It's like doing time. It's like doing time. Oh yeah, doing time.
All right, man. That was a great tune. I believe you might have played that last time. I really like that. I know I've heard it before.
I don't think I played it last time, but my memory fails me sometimes. But I don't.
It might have. Yeah, I liked it. I was just sitting here thinking of a nice little train track with a couple of brushes and a kick drum, man. Hi-hat, just real simple and just a nice train track, cruising along.
Yeah, speaking of train tracks, and the brushes would be doing the choo-choo train.
Yes, yeah.
There you go.
Right.
I tell you what, it took me a while as a drummer, a long time to figure out country drumming because it came later in life.
Right.
But, in jazz, we use a lot of brushes, and I learned how to play jazz on it.
Sure.
So it kind of just, I lived in Florida, so I played a lot of country bands. And they just turn around and stare at me and just give me the stink eye and play it like a train. Right. I'd be like, okay, I just keep grooving along. It's far easier duty than trying to play a Led Zeppelin song. I don't care either way. I'm ready to go. But it's harder than people think to keep that shuffle. Just cruising along, for 4 minutes, 5 minutes. It's a lot of people do it, but keeping that time right, and it's okay if there's a little swing, but you got to be listening to your bass player and just kind of.
That's
one
right.
of those songs, I don't need to play any fills. I play one at the very end just for the ending rollout. Some songs just don't need it.
It's like less is more, and you have that symbiotic relationship with your rhythm section, and then once they have that locked in, everything else comes together.
And after years of playing in different bands and having different musicians come in and out, what I noticed about drumming is it's part natural ability and part training. Because I've had drummers that no matter, they've been playing for decades, and they rush it or they slow it down, their timing is off.
Right.
Or they'll stumble in the middle of a song, and they do it every performance. They'll stumble in the middle of a song and drop the beat, and it's just frustrating. And it's like they're spastic, and they've been playing for years. They've been doing gigs for years, and it's not like they don't have the experience.
No, it just happens sometimes.
They just have this inability to feel the time. Like some drummers, just perfect time, never drop a beat. You can always count on them.
I remember having an argument about this way back when we were using ADATs to record. And I remember my band, we'd recorded on different ADATs. Like we had a whole bunch of them. And somebody was bitching about the time. And of course, it rubs my ass because I am a clock, man. I knew it. And I was like fucking fired up and feisty. I was like, motherfucker, we're going to have a stopwatch. I'm going to debt you bitches. I'm right. Yeah. And I listened, and you could hear a gig 2 weeks later. And we clocked it. And Ralph, my boy, was just sitting there going, I hope he knows what he's fucking talking about. You know? And like, we did it. And then I listened to the second one. We did it again. And I said, do it again. Let's just make sure we're not, getting too psycho here. Now we could do it with, I just put it on Pro Tools and, we could cruise it around. But back then, it was a lock. I don't know who it was, but I was like, nah. No, I told you it was right. I mean, I knew because I played that song a million times.
Right.
And like to hear somebody, go, it's off. I have to listen to make sure because before I open my mouth and start arguing.
Always check.
I kind of knew the answer to the question, but it was like I didn't have it verified yet. And I knew in my head, I was like, oh, this shit's going to be spot on. I know it's going to be locked in.
Right.
It was damn close. I mean, you couldn't stick a credit card between anything. I could have, even with a modest bit of digital editing, we could have flown that drum track in, and we'd have probably had to tweak it because the audio software was so sucky back then. I don't even remember what I was using in those days. I think it was SoundForge, probably.
Well, I had a couple of ADATs were very interesting format because it's magnetic tape. It's on those big old VHS looking tapes.
Right.
Yep.
And I had 2 of them. There's 8 tracks in each one. So I had a 16-track setup. Mm-hmm. And I used that for years. But I think we talked about this on the last interview. The problem with magnetic tape for me has always been my creative process doesn't come out perfect the first time. It doesn't come out in the proper order sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
And with Logic Pro X or Pro Tools,
right.
You can record your project and then you can live with it for a little while and listen to it over and over. And then you get ideas and you go back in and you change.
Absolutely.
You're working with that same track, the same timing, the same instruments. There's certain things you don't have to re-record. You don't have to go back to scratch.
It's true.
Copy, paste, move things around. Just directly.
Yeah, change the arrangement if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. One of my friends just crossed into the digital divide. My former guitar player started his own thing going on, which is great fun. Jack, if you're out there, I'm so proud of you, man. Getting a Mac and figuring it out. And he just John Wayne through it because I know he hates computers. And I know he was sitting there. And I got to say, he didn't call me whining or sniveling about it. He got it done. And I heard he did a track. We were trying to do a song at Christmas. And things just got too bloody busy. There was no way we could finish it. Yesterday, I just heard the track that we did. It was a Christmas song. It was a reggae up-tempo Christmas tune. Nice. So it was Townes Van Zandt song? No, somebody else. But at any rate, Jack took it home, that acoustic jam, and he put it into his computer. And he calls me. I'm like driving to Pittsburgh or somewhere, and he calls me, and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to send this to you. And he sent it over, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, he's got the whole bass line, he's got drums, he's got it all tricked out, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And we didn't end up finishing it, but, hopefully next year we'll screw around with it. But it's so great now, you and I grew up in an age of digital tape, and then before that, Scotch 3M, nothing like a box of tape, 2-inch. It's the smell of victory in the morning, man, I swear to God.
I've only worked with 2-inch tape a couple times, and boy, was it expensive! $150 for a roll of tape, and you got 3 songs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why you only see tape on like some really heavy bands that really demand it. So, Julie, what do you think? Should we ask this gentleman one more time to play a tune?
Absolutely.
I mean, are you up for it?
Sure.
Because I can sit, your playing's really good, and I don't want to sit here and yak over you.
Thank you. Well, matter of fact, what I'd love to do is I'd love to play 3 different choruses.
Okay.
Songs, so it won't take up as much time, but you'll get 3 different songs, and one of them I just wrote the latter part of like in December of last year, so it's not very old, and I'm searching for a duet partner for this one, and so I just got it partially recorded, and
all right,
just got a fiddle track back from Nashville on this tune, but so this one goes back, 20 years ago. Give me a girl that likes to go fishing. Give me a girl that likes to go fishing. Good life, one thing's missing. Please, oh Lord, if you're listening, give me a girl that likes to go fishing. Guess you could say I'm a man on a mission. Like to make love, but I love to go fishing. Give me one wish, and I'd be wishing. Give me a girl that likes to go fishing. Thanks, and Lord, thanks for listening. Give me a girl that likes to go fishing. So there's the chorus on that.
I love it, man. Great song. That was a lot of fun. Awesome. Who doesn't want a girl who goes fishing?
I know.
Fishing's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Over if you're down in Bradenton and go over to Anna Maria Island and go out on one of the piers, and sharks out there, man, sharks. Awesome.
We're terrified.
So then let's see. So then let's give you who's gonna sing my songs when I'm gone? When I'm gone, I might be just a memory, but I'm leaving my babies behind. Lots of songs that come from deep within me, and I'm thinking I might write a big hit each time. Makes me wonder who's gonna sing my songs when I'm long gone. Play my records, make sure the music lives on. Talk about me like a music icon. So who's gonna sing my songs when I'm gone? And then we got
that is like my theme song. Sorry, but
is it? Who's gonna sing your songs when you're gone?
Yes. That's great. I love it. Neil, I think you got to unmute yourself, buddy.
Kind of reminds me of a Lyle Lovett song. It's just got a nice little whimsical look at life, as we'd say. It's a great tune. I mean, everybody in the music business can relate to that song, you know. What the worst thing is, you know what? If we get old and then all of a sudden it's like Van Gogh and they discover our crap is like worth thousands and our family goes, you know, that would be great. But it'd be like, shit, man. You know, I kind of wanted to play with some of those toys.
I always think about Edgar Allan Poe in that sense for the same thing. Yeah, posthumously famous and everything, you know. And,
right.
Damn it.
Well, that was cool.
All right, you got another part, and we.
I do. I got one song that's only a little over a month old, and it's called "Holding You Again." And I'm searching for a duet partner on this one. I thought I had somebody picked, and they're too busy to do it, and it's not in the right key for them. And then I thought I had another lady that would be willing to do it in Nashville, and now I just found out her 14-year-old daughter has just been exposed to COVID, and so she doesn't want to go to the studio right now. So everything's just kind of up in the air. So, but anyway, it's called "Holding You Again." I'll be smiling while I read your letters. Can't wait till we get together. You're the only one I want to see. I'll be playing concerts and singing songs, but I'm away from home too long, and the road gets cold and lonely. So I'll just hold you in my arms until I leave. And when I'm holding you, it's the only thing I want to do. And every time it's time to leave, I feel like I can't breathe. But I get a moment of zen when I'm holding you again. And I'll be saying amen when I'm holding you again. When I'm holding you, when I'm holding you again. When my life is through and I can't hear the angels sing, it's when I'll be holding you, when I'm holding you again. There's the short version.
Oh, awesome.
Man, that was just excellent tunes, man.
I love the way you compose your songs, the way they're laid out and everything. I mean, I totally dig it. It's just
Truly.
flows. Yes, it flows
very nice.
so well. You know, there's
Definitely
no
blows away.
It's wonderful. Everything.
You know, my favorite thing to listen to with other artists is when they do their own songs, not covers.
Of course, right?
Sure,
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know, I mean, we don't have many guests do covers because it's just like, you know, I can go to a bar, and it's not that I have anything against. I've been playing music in bars since I was like, 12. So I mean, really, you know, I was kind of bad, but you know, that's been said before, and I don't know. Somebody'd say, well, if I was a son of a bitch, that'd be true. And then if they said I was a nice guy, that'd be true too. It just depends on how you open up your conversation, I guess. I mean, what can I tell you? Well, listen, you know, it's great to have you on. So we'll see you hopefully soon. And like, you know, next time we cross paths, I imagine you'll have some new songs for us.
And, I hope so. Last year I did 22 new songs and 17 new videos. So I'm hoping this year. I've only got one new song this year, and it's a dandy. I just got some tracks back from Nashville from it. It's called "Connected to You."
Oh,
cool. Are you do you shoot your videos in Nashville, or how do you do that?
I shoot them right here in my studio or in locations around my house here because I've got a videographer that lives about a half hour from me, and he helps me out with that. And then he also does the editing here.
Cool.
Great.
So we shoot green screen here in my studio, and then several locations. I've used my yard before because it's pretty out there.
Cool. Well, you know, if you look behind me, I have to give a prompt to my friend in Afghanistan. This is a lake at Mazar al-Sharif in Afghanistan. Okay. Beautiful. Here, I'm just going to go 1 minute. I got to show this screen to everybody.
Need some help
and
there,
I mean, that's like the beach over there. And it's done by a friend of mine. His name is, I call him Zabi because my pronunciation of Pashto is really not too good. In fact, it's his name is Zabihullah Habibi. I missed a law. It's Habibi Hulala. No, God, I can't even do it. At any rate,
names are difficult, aren't they?
It is. But at any rate, Zabi, you're out there, man. Zabi Hulala Lula. That's it. Next, I'll have to do it in a Borat voice just to make it more entertaining. Okay. All right, everybody, listen, you've been live with Neve. We've had Ace Arlo, Neve, and Julie. We're all saying goodbye, and Ace too. Ace, tell us one last time where to get your stuff.
Well, you can go to Ace Arlo Music at Spotify, Amazon.
There you got it.
What iTunes, any of the.
So you're in all the usual spots.
Any of the places that sells music, I'm there.
All right. Well, listen, send some money to Ace, and remember, we have our PayPal donation. If you're feeling frisky, you want to send us some money. It'll keep us from having to hire these Ethiopians to protect the place. Somalians, excuse me. I had to get my ethnic group correct.
You get it correct. That's so
You can't
funny.
do anything with me. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Let's
Thanks,
roll
folks.
it out of
See
here.
you, Julie.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, live with Neve.